Aloha.
Shout out Pearl Harbor, by the way.
Hello and welcome. We are back from theballerlifestyle.com. It is the Baller Lifestyle Podcast. My name, of course, is Brian Beckner. Thank you very much for joining us. I've rejiggered my studio in case anybody cares. I got a picture. You can't really tell because there's a glare on it, but I have a picture behind me of Steve Sachs turning a double play, and he's teabagging Mike Schmidt, and it's autographed. The great G Fish, who likes to look at my dick on the golf course, gave me. So that's going on.
Cool.
That's exciting. Yeah, it's very cool. I'm joined as always by Ed Daly. Ed, how are you, buddy?
An alarming incident in my backyard yesterday. Telling Michelle we got to move. So I've told you about we had this skunk problem. Skunks are the least of my problems. Yesterday, I'm just cleaning up. Grilled some steaks yesterday. I'm cleaning things up. There's a goddamn snake in my backyard.
Shut up.
I moved to the concrete jungle. Did not see snakes.
Ed, it was alive?
It was alive. It's like
how big?
Moving around. It was fucking big. And
that's a rat snake.
No, it's not a fucking rattlesnake. It's
a rat snake.
It's a rat. Yes, and so
also called a gopher snake.
Yeah, and so Michelle posted on there's a buildings Facebook page.
Yeah,
she's like, yeah, we spotted a
next
snake.
door.
Yeah, we spotted a snake in the courtyard. Is we have a separate yard, but we wanted everybody to be scared of the snake.
Is your yard adjacent to the courtyard?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there are 3 yards with my building, and then the rest of the people share the courtyard. But anyway, but and then people are like, "Oh, it's a rat snake. No big deal. Leave it alone."
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, how about we throw this thing in your fucking living room?
Yeah.
I mean, this is where I eat sometimes, and there's a snake. I hate snakes.
I know.
And Michelle's like, now you know how I feel whenever I see a bug. I'm like, no. That's not the same thing. I'm terrified of snakes. And now there's a snake. It was right next to my grill last night when I'm like cleaning off the grill. And I'm like, holy shit, there's a snake. And it was pretty big.
Get pretty big. I know what you're saying because I'm rodent phobic. So if the other night I looked out my backyard and I saw a rat come out of the bushes behind my house and crawl up over the little fence in my backyard and run into a bush, and I fucking about had a heart attack, and I cried to my super hot girlfriend Cheyenne, and she was like, "Can I tell you something?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and she's like, "It's not going to do anything to you." And I'm like, I know that, but there.
Yeah, knowing it's there.
Find it. I might encounter it. That's the issue for me, is the encounter with the rat.
Yeah.
So I don't mean to make light of your situation. I will just say this: that snake's going to eat the rats.
I know, and that is a good thing because lots of people in Hoboken care. Not everybody should care, but complain about rats and knock on wood, we haven't had much rat stuff near us.
Yeah,
but we have a shed in the backyard where I keep my bike. Getting my bike this morning, and I'm all skittish, and I'm like, I'm opening the shed up, and I'm like waiting for a snake to be right there, popping out at me. I'm scared now.
Yeah, you got to make a lot of noise, you got to shuffle the feet,
right.
Here I come, snake. No, I get that 100%. So I have two stories because at the last 2 places ago where I lived, where I cohabitated with another person, she shall not be named.
When you still had the silverware,
I still had all the things, and then I had no things, and I had to get new things. I had things.
Yeah.
Some things that my grandmother bought me. Some things that I bought myself.
Right.
Some things that were joint gifts. All the thing I made it out with like some artwork, whatever. The records. I want my
Not the
records back.
silverware.
Not the silverware. Nope. Or the plates. Not a fucking plate.
Jeez.
Not a cup. Not a fucking glass. Not a toaster. All that's gone. That's not the we're getting off track.
Right.
2 stories.
Yeah.
It was pretty wild in that backyard. It's also pretty wild at this house. And by the way, just before the show, I was dealing with an ant infestation. Ants, more ants than you've ever seen in your life, Ed, are in my home right now. And I just got sprayed 2 months ago, and they come back and spray for free if they come back within 2 months. And I called them up, and I'm like, the fucking ants are back. And they're like, okay, that'll be $218. And I'm like, you just came. And they're like, actually, your 2 months expired on September 5th. That was fucking 11 days ago. Anyway, okay, that's no problem. Off the ants. One time, okay, 2 stories. We were in that backyard. One time we were in that backyard, and it's late at night. And we had some friends over.
Mhm.
We're with the couple that was over was British, so we were
Right.
It was pretty late at night, and I go, hey, once in a while it's fucking terrifying, but you'll see a rat run out of this palm tree and along the fence right here. As those words came out of my mouth, no fewer than fucking 300 rats swarmed my backyard, all in the bougainvillea, all over, and I was like trying to like what.
This was the first scene of Ratatouille.
Yes, they all came running out of things, and we're all looking at each other, and in 2 minutes they were gone. But then another time, around that same time, we were having like a little barbecue in the backyard. And this is how it ties back into your thing. We're having a little barbecue in the backyard. I'd made food. We had friends over. We had a couple tables set up. It was the summer. It was like it might have been fall because the sun was going down. It was nice outside, and we're all sitting outside eating. Music's playing. And I looked down in the ivy, and a fucking big old gopher snake, like the one that was at your barbecue, was cruising through the ivy. And a lot of people that were at the barbecue, I mean, we're eating, where food was in our mouth. We're like, people were eating like chicken on the bone as it went by. And there was a very nice gay man there that was fucking super freaked out by the snake. And I'm like, it's okay. It's fine. It keeps the rats, whatever. It goes past. 2 minutes later, another one.
Oh no!
On the same, like it's Buddy. It's Buddy. There were so many snakes in my backyard.
You're traveling in packs.
So I understand your plight. It probably does like live at your house, like it's because there's food there, Ed. It's in that shed for sure, 100%. Because the shed is where the rats are.
But there's ivy.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
there's ivy outside of my
That's where the rats are.
When I say backyard, it's a patio with astroturf over like half of it.
Sure.
Yeah. There shouldn't be any snakes there. This is not snake territory. But there's ivy right outside of my yard.
That's where the rats live, in the ivy. What's the homeowners association doing having ivy in Hoboken, New Jersey, which fucking teeming with rats? You got to take any kind of bush, anything that covers them up, because they make paths and run around. You can't have that up against your house or your backyard.
I agree, and Michelle pointed out, because I that's what I started. I said we got to burn everything. There should be no ivy. I just want to see cement.
Burn it.
But then she made the point. We'd have a different infestation, and this is the snobbery in us. This building's got like 100 units. There are 3 yards, and then everyone shares this common area that has like way too much ivy, and it's not like really a place for them to be, for people to hang out. And she's like, they get rid of all the ivy, and then the courtyard becomes much more usable by other people. So maybe I choose the rats over the people.
Yeah, I think you do. Because then you're taking a 1 o'clock nap. You've jerked off or whatever, and you want to catch 20 minutes. You just rode your bike. You just rode past. It's not Robin. It's the other one, Blake. What are their names? The Lopez twins. Brooke. You just ridden past Brooke Lopez on the trail. You want to catch a nap, and there's some kid out there. Dunk, Gunk. He's fucking dribbling a basketball. Gunk.
Right.
You want to hear some kid dribbling a basketball in the afternoon? You'd rather have rats.
No kids are hanging out there.
No kids are hanging out there, and they shouldn't be. So I don't mean to make light of your plight, but the snake is your friend in this situation. He won't fuck with you.
But stay in the ivy where I don't see you. He was next to my grill. What was he doing there?
I know. Also, it's cold as fuck where you live pretty soon, and that snake's gonna go hibernate. So you ain't gonna see him for a while because they're cold-blooded. You know, he's got to go somewhere under the ground to chill. Okay, two things. One, just quickly, Saturday night I went to the Greek Theater and I saw Sturgill Simpson, his first show in 3 years.
Nice.
I've been seeing a lot of videos of it pop up online because first of all, he played for 3 hours. I knew when there was no opener and the show started at 8. At 8, I was walking to my seat with my son. At 8:01 he came on stage. And and there's a curfew at 11. He played till 10:45. I didn't see him take a sip of water.
That's
crazy. He played
the
whole time, and he finished the show. He closed the show with Purple Rain, and it turned into a sing-along amongst the crowd. And I've seen a bunch of viral videos of it. So anybody that's if he's coming to your town, go see this man. He is a fucking true artist in every sense of the word. Just a beautiful show. Okay, that's one thing I got to talk about.
That's awesome.
B, have you seen the Sopranos documentary? The David Chase documentary?
I hear good things. I have not seen it. It's called Wise Guy or something.
Yes. Okay. Watch it. You'll love it. You're a Sopranos fan. I do question though how he was able to be interviewed for the documentary when, as I sit there and watch it, he was 74 years old in 1997 when the show came out. Like, I'm just like, how is he still there talking about it now when that was his age? But we can discuss it once you watch it. Here's another thing, and then we'll get to the thing. But this all was born, and this is show related. This all was born out of an Instagram story. Ed, you love Instagram stories.
Sure.
Out of this Instagram story that I made. Hold on.
I could have a shower right before bed, or maybe take an Uber and get some roadhead on my Insta story. Don't be boring on my Instagram.
I needed to play the intro music, Insta story by the Great Rights of Bill, because I had talked to the end of my breath and I was not able to. Would be difficult for me to recover. That gives me like, so when I watch like rappers on stage and how they're able to fucking just keep that flow going the whole time with their breath control is like so impressive to me, because I get a little upset about ants and snakes and shit, and I yell a little bit, then I can't breathe. I can't get it back. But
I do think that a lot with singers or something, and they're like, rap is usually a quicker cadence, but sometimes there'll be a song where it's just like, you know, any kind of singer, and you're like, don't you just like this? or like you just have to take a break and then you just let the audience sing while you get your breath and then
totally
get back
yes
in.
Yes, you want them to have a break. Okay, I'm gonna play my Insta story. It's a 3-parter, but we'll just play part 1.
Okay.
Because this will tell the story, and then we'll get it. Then we'll get into the discussion of it.
A guy who was
riding
his mountain bike, and he had a speaker playing his music, which is,
I hate that,
its own form of
yes
cultural terrorism, but it gets much, much worse. The dude was like younger than me, probably early 40s, and the sounds that were coming out of the speaker, I was like, that sounds horrible, but also very familiar. And I'm like at first I couldn't place it, but it's probably because I was just in an absolute state of shock. And then once I came to and woke up, I realized what was happening to me, and I'm still trying to process it, which is why I'm sharing it with you. 5 words: Santana featuring Rob Thomas.
Oh no.
Smooth.
Oh.
How does that happen?
Okay, that's the Insta story. So I posted that, and then I posted a couple follow-ups, like how it's obviously CVS related. Like he's come across that song via a trip to CVS, right? That's the only way you would encounter that in this day and age. And then he's like, "Oh, I fucking love that! So I got to put that on my out loud bike riding mix for everyone to hear." But I posted that, and then people started listing other shitty songs, and then the great Janie Cowan, friend of the show, who was wed on the great 3/11 day, Ed's birthday in Cancun, where our invitations were lost. She suggested this could be a good tournament for the Baller Lifestyle podcast, the worst song tournament.
I like it.
And we've been taking submissions. The Macarena has come up.
Sure.
Mambo number 5. Ants Marching. The Dave Matthews banger. Europe's The Final Countdown, which I don't.
I don't hate that. I mean, it's great. It's an arena song now.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
You hear it at a sporting event. I've never
the men were sweet.
I've never thought of that song outside of a sporting event.
It's a beautiful song. There's many. So we could start taking submissions. We'll maintain a list. Right. And then at some point in the near future, I think we do the worst song bracket.
I like it.
For the Baller Lifestyle podcast listeners. Thank you to our dear friend Janie Cowan for that. Okay, Ed, let's talk about people who died.
Just tell us who is dead now. Who died? Breaking news. Who died? Just tell us who is dead now. Who died? It's a sad segment. Very sad.
Very sad.
And it will not be an update on who's alive. Nope. Let's get a tragic update. Tragic update. Cause Ed Daly has been keeping up on who just died. Cause we're about to hear from Ed on which celebrities are dead. So tell me who died.
Ed. Who died?
The hammer dropped this week. It was a big one.
It was a tough one.
At a young age of 63 years old.
Very, yeah.
Son of a very famous actor.
Very.
One of the great villains in movie history. Went by the name Dutch. Mr. Chad McQueen. Went to the big dojo in the sky. 63 years old. I read he was like racing cars for like 20 years.
Yeah, that's why he never followed up his command performance in The Karate Kid as the peroxide-headed Dutch.
Yeah.
Who was many misattribute
what, the body bag?
Get him a body bag. It was actually Tommy that was also dead.
But Dutch, that's right. Tommy died, but Dutch was a psychopath. Like he wanted like Daniel dead. He was like not fucking around.
He was a stone cold killer. 63, too young to die. I read multiple organ failure in the Palm Springs area, which is a little because that's that's how Lee Barachi went out. Same type of area. So just very sad. 63, much too young to die. And harder name than Chad McQueen? Does anything go harder than having your name be Chad fucking McQueen?
It's a great moniker. It really
God
is.
Damn.
He had it all.
That's a tough one. And no fewer than 300 people sent me condolences, Chad McQueen. Tweets, DMs. People wanted to let us know.
Originally, I remember we got like tweets from a couple people and they're like Dutch. And I was like, Darren Dalton? Like, what?
He's been dead a while.
I forgot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was sad.
Very sad. R.I.P. Chad McQueen with the hardest fucking name in the world.
R.I.P. Mitchell Wiggins, former NBA player and father of Andrew Wiggins. He was only 64. Not super surprising considering he was banned from the NBA for poker sugar. He was like a
He wasn't on the Phoenix Suns, was he?
He might have been. He was like that prominent. He was one of like the example cases of like, yeah, this guy is getting a lifetime ban because they just had a cocaine problem in the late 70s. And so in the 80s,
Alvin Adams.
Yeah.
Walter. What's his name? Yeah.
Yeah. Walter Davis. No.
Davis. Yeah. No. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Very sad. R.I.P. Mitchell Wiggins. Andrew.
R.I.P. Ilya Golem Yefimchik. The world's, and I think this is a self-described world's most monstrous bodybuilder.
Yeah.
If you look at him, he did look monstrous. And yes, he died at 36, but he looks like, just in the pictures, he looks like his heart's going to explode. He's so big and juiced out.
Yeah.
He's crazy big.
He looked like he had like a 50-something inch chest and like a 24-inch waist. Like his proportions.
Crazy looking.
Yes. His proportions were all fucked up. And this is how pathetic I am in the world of Instagram bodybuilding. They're like, breaking news, bodybuilder known as the Mutant died. And I'm like, oh fuck, the Mutant died. That sucks. That guy's a fucking savage. And then I looked, and it's not the Mutant that I know. There's multiple mutants. Yeah, but they both look like fucking mutants. Like they could be X-Men. These guys could be part of the X-Men because they look so fucked up. So R.I.P. to Ilya Golem Yefimchik.
I think there's multiple quad fathers, guys who have built up their giant quads.
Yes.
I think there's multiple guys.
100%. And it's hard. Nicknames are hard. You got to have one. And it's like, you can't give yourself one like Black Mamba. You have to be given a nickname, and it's tough. So multiple mutants. This is not the mutant that I know, but the mutant that I know looks very similar to this guy that died. So the clock is ticking.
Both, like they care about their fitness, but also look incredibly unhealthy. Like it
both
looks
things
like
can
a
be
heart
true.
attack.
Yes,
yeah.
He works hard on his body, and his body looks very unhealthy
his body looks like it's ready to tap out.
Yes, it's a lot. It's a lot to put yourself through.
And finally, word spread today. We lost Tito Jackson. Was he the oldest brother?
I wouldn't.
He's definitely had the coolest name out of the Jackson 5.
He did. I'm not sure if he was the bass player. I think the bass player was Randy. I think. Let's look. Okay. Tito. Oh my God, Ed. Tito's a nickname. How do you have a Toriano Adderall Tito Jackson?
And then name your other kids Michael and Randy.
Yeah, Randy. Was an American musician, original member of the Jackson 5, later known as the Jacksons, who rose to fame in the 60s and 70s. Jackson was born in St. Mary's. They're from Gary, a.k.a. the region. Third of 10 children. So you want the order, Ed? Because some of these you haven't heard of.
Okay.
Some of these will be real blasts from the past. Oldest, Rebby. Never heard of him. Rebby, yeah. That's you. What are we saying? Male or female on Rebby?
Rebby
or non-binary. Yeah, it's before that. But,
this is from like a different time where
Rebby
was a boy, a man.
Male? Sorry, buddy. Female.
Rebby.
Maureen.
Okay.
Maureen Relette Rebby Jackson Brown. And she's still kicking.
Okay. How old is she?
Oh, she's hold on. Well, let's click on it. Here we go. 1950. That makes her 74.
74. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So she's the oldest. Followed by 10 is too many. Number two. Number 2 you will have heard of because he was part of the 5. Sigmund Esco Jackie Jackson.
Jackie Jackson.
Jackie Jackson. Okay. Then third, of course, everybody knows this guy, the legend, Jermaine Lawan Jackson.
Jermaine had the second coolest name.
Yeah, and he would be the second most famous. I feel like he was around like when Michael was doing Thriller and shit. Like everybody knew
Yes.
Jermaine. And he
Everybody
had a
knew
hit.
Jermaine.
He had a song of his own
I
that I
think
don't
he did.
recall. Yeah.
I'm looking up if there's.
Yeah. Now this one you'll remember.
Jermaine was featured. You know, obviously everybody knows the parts Michael, but it seems like Jermaine had the second biggest part in "I'll Be There."
Yes. Okay. Fair. Thirdly, and I'll remember this one for a long time because I remember I was playing like rec league basketball. I think I was in like 5th or maybe 6th grade. I think it was more like 5th. And we, showed up to play our game on Saturday, and I was talking to some kid on the other team, and he was like, "Coach bought us the LaToya Jackson Playboy." And I was like, "That's fucking weird." Like,
that is a weird thing for a coach to do, and that would definitely be a red flag incident.
Yes, that's an adult man.
That's a bike shop man move.
Yes, that's very weird. So LaToya's third, followed by I forgot about this one. Marlon.
He was part of the 5.
See, the names are getting better here, Ed. Marlon David Jackson, part of the 5. And now here's this one. This guy doesn't even have a Wikipedia, and I never heard of him. This might be a made-up Jackson that somebody just threw on Wikipedia. Brandon Jackson?
Come on. You got cool names like Jermaine and Tito and then Brandon. Although we didn't even talk about it enough. What kind of bullshit name is Jackie Jackson?
Yeah,
what was his?
Yeah.
That's some bullshit.
That's we'll talk about weak nicknames. Like you come up with the mutant, and if your name's Jackson, that'd be like me my 7th grade PE teacher, Mr. Wins,
called you Becky.
He did call me Becky because I had an earring.
That's a very gym teacher move.
Yes, Becky Beckner. Hey, and he would smile. He thought he was so clever.
Yes,
he thought he was so clever. Hey, Becky, and he'd smile to himself like he thought he was really funny. Followed closely by hold on. Oh wait, no, I already did that. Sorry. Oh wait, Michael's not the youngest. Oh, that's right. Because Janet. Okay, Michael follows Brandon. So Michael was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th or 7th.
But you got to throw Rebby and that nonsense Brandon.
Yeah,
throw them out.
Never heard of them. Yeah,
Joe. Joe had them singing in the living room, and he's like, "Okay, Brandon, Rebby,
next,
get out."
What's the mom's name? He's like, "Hey, come in. I need to impregnate you again because these ain't cutting it. This Rebby ain't doing it."
Brandon, go learn a trade. Go learn a trade. You're fucking out.
Welding school, truck driving. Okay, Michael, followed by my favorite Randy, who I believe was the bass player.
Wait, hang on a second. You're saying Michael was older than someone in the Jackson 5?
Yeah, but he's older than Randy. Yeah, that's what it says here.
I thought Michael was like the baby of the.
So did I. So maybe Stephen Randall Jackson, born October 29th, 1961, is an American singer, songwriter, musician, and dancer. Randy is best known as a former member of his. Oh, he wasn't in the 5, Ed. Randy is best known as a former member of his family band, the Jacksons. Oh. So when Michael split the 5,
right,
Randy slid in there as the Jacksons, and again, it didn't really look.
They called him in when Michael moved on.
Yes, look. Have you seen that? Have you seen the Showtime Michael Jackson documentary? Not the one where he's diddling. That's the HBO
I saw the diddling one.
I've seen the diddling one. I watched the Showtime one.
Okay.
And I was never I wasn't a Michael. I was a Prince guy. Prince played all the instruments. He wrote the songs.
2nd grade, I had Thriller and was into it for a couple months.
I was always under the impression though that it was more of a Quincy Jones vehicle, Thriller. But then I watched that documentary, and this Michael Jackson was a fucking genius. All the music was his. Everything, all the arrangements, all the beats. He didn't play an instrument, but he would just make the noises to the band and go, "Hey, I want it to sound like this."
Oh, and he would that at all.
And and then they would put it down, and he'd be like, "No, don't do that with the drums." And he would sort of arrange it, to fit the way he wanted to sing. He really was a genius. Look, he had a tough go of it, and and these things are cyclical. It's a thing happens to you. You start doing that thing to other people. We need to break the cycle, and we didn't break the cycle with old Mike. Okay, that's the thing.
I hope you broke it with Blanket.
I think so. Yeah, I think so, yes. Blanket, and then the other one, and then the other Prince, Blanket, and the girl one, and then finally Janet, the youngest.
We know her. Penny, Charlene Willis's girlfriend. I mean, she acted, and then she got massive, and then Justin Timberlake fucked her.
Yeah, he fucked her over big time
because she was sky high at that point. It wasn't like what's she doing, on the halftime show. She was a massive deal, and then like kind of petered out after that.
Yeah, she had that nipple thing. It was like a Velcro thing. They're like, we're gonna show titty.
Yeah,
and then this Justin Timberlake snake. You think you got a snake in your backyard?
Oh boy, he threw her right under the bus.
Talk about a snake. I was so bummed when he got that deuce, that 502 in the Hamptons, Ed. And then we read that story.
It sounded like so much fun.
Said he was on prep. It said he was on we should have known because it's like every kind of drug.
I know. It was like just a wish list of what we wanted him to be caught with, and it was like just a run-of-the-mill drunk driving.
The only way it could have been better is if he had Jimmy Fallon's mutilated body in the back of his BMW. Like that would have been the ultimate win. He's on prep and he's on the way home from sex murdering Jimmy Fallon. Like, okay, like he's kind of back in my good graces now.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are all the people that died. Let's talk some sports.
My name is Brian. They call me the other guy. I host a podcast show. I'll give hetero life a try. If you see something on my hand that makes you think I'm not a man, it's just my cool rings, you see. They're as sparkly as can be. A might old Troy on DVD.
Ed, what is going on in the world of sports?
Shannon Sharp got caught having sex on Instagram. It was like he had the phone on a table or something, so you were just like you were hearing sex noises. And he did the move. He claimed he was hacked when it clearly sounded like him. Yeah. And then he later admitted it. And boy, it was some jarring stuff in that sex scene.
It really, has he deleted it yet? Hold on, I just went back to. Oh wait, I want to.
It's crazy because when he was on the Broncos, everybody's like, "Well, he looks like a horse," and then you hear his sex noises. He sounds like a horse. He's like.
Yeah. He says
he whinnies.
I need this to play. Yeah, he does, and he says something real gross during. Has it been scrubbed?
Come on.
Should have queued it up. I know. Hold on. I think he's taken it down, and I didn't think to queue it up. At one point, he says something like, the only thing he says, I think he goes, "Oh, that's my Michelle," or something like that. Right. He goes, that's my girl Michelle or something. It's like so creepy sounding. Now she seems to be enjoying the sesh, but again, this could be a I need the rumor situation. I need it to sound like I'm real good at fucking, so that a lot of people start knocking on my door and coming up to my table.
He sounds like he's good at it.
Yeah, he does.
He sounds like he's good at it. I saw Michelle Beadle tweeted it wasn't me.
Yeah, that's actually really funny. This is kind of like a Lou Bega's feet moment for me. Like, I'm watching an Aflac commercial at the Super Bowl, and Lou Bega's on the beach in a suit, and there's his nasty feet, just like how is Lou Bega's feet in a commercial? I think similarly, like I don't want to hear Shannon Sharp fucking,
No,
and I
it's
don't want to
haunting.
see.
It's haunting.
Yes, it is. It really is. It's ominous.
It's for the public good that it's been scrubbed.
Yes, I agree. But I will say this. It's still not as disgusting as it's still not as jarring and nightmare fueling as Lou Bega's feet. Because I can picture Lou Bega's feet right now. Yes, yeah, disgusting. Yeah. What else?
So, I believe they won yesterday, but after week 1, Browns fans were speculating if Deshaun Watson has a burner account on Twitter named Leroy Bickerstaff because he was defending him after his week 1 disaster.
This is like that referee.
Yeah, like referee or Kevin Durant.
Yes, or Kevin Durant. Now here's the thing. Kevin Durant is, you believe he's got the burners. Like it's like what I'm saying is Kevin Durant is of the, like, it's loserish to have the burners, but Kevin Durant is of an intelligence level high enough to have burners. Like he could make burners and operate burners. I believe that. Deshaun Watson, I'm just not buying that he can operate burners. I just, he's got too many needs. He likes to present his asshole.
Twitter account is like, hey, give him a break. You know what he needs? Yeah. He needs a massage. His shoulders look a little tight.
Well, so then I would believe it. I feel like this is somebody on his team. He makes a lot of fucking money, and he's probably got a team.
It could be the front office itself because they gave up a ton of picks and everything for him and gave him guaranteed money. And so it's like, this has to work out for them or everyone gets fired.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Everybody's getting fired. Everybody's getting fired. And he's just going to linger there. Like it's because
he's still owed like $80 million or something.
Yeah, so big time guaranteed money in the NFL is a relatively recent phenomenon. So it used to be that you wouldn't have to sit on they talk about the cap hit. Well, they got to hold him till this date because they're going to take a cap hit. But you never owed so much money to a guy that he just had to stay there for very long. And this guy, you owe him so much fucking money that you can't just send him home. Like he's got to be there. It's great. Yeah, it's great. And they got rid of my guy Baker, who is fucking
doing very well.
Yes, who is beloved by his teammates everywhere he goes. He's a fucking pitch man. He's doing commercials. He's a community. He's an icon in the community, and he's a winner.
And he had one subpar year, and his shoulder was hurt, and they ran him out of town in Cleveland. It was like the dude was like playing through a bum shoulder. And they're like, oh, this guy's broken. And then, he shuffled around the league a little bit. But like when he got an opportunity, I remember he got an opportunity with the Rams and like won a Thursday night game by himself or Monday Night Football, whatever it was. And it's like,
might have been Thursday.
It was a primetime game and they needed him. And he was like their third string quarterback. And what did he do? He delivered. He's a good quarterback.
Because he's a winner. The guy wins games. Good for him.
Commies got smoked by him in week 1. I was watching him. I was like, this guy is a good quarterback.
He is. I agree with you.
And what else? Commies are terrible. Spanish soccer player.
They fucked me on my bet yesterday. I had the Giants +3, and that didn't pay.
Well, they scored 21, but not by touchdowns. 7 field goals.
Yeah. Wow.
Spanish soccer player Hugo Mayo. He was the captain of a Celta Vigo soccer team in Spain.
Is that you're the soccer expert? Is that a
I've never heard of
top league? Okay, fair.
So maybe it's like a bottom of the standings kind of team. Like I've only heard of like, I don't know, 6 or 7 Spanish clubs, and this isn't one of them.
Tell me this: are Ryan Reynolds and the guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Do they have an ownership stake? I was at the store, Ed. Sprouts Market, which I've often described as it's Whole Foods if Whole Foods rode a BMX bike to a methadone clinic. That's the level of Sprouts Market. I go there and I like to buy like jugs of iced coffee to have in the fridge.
Yeah.
For like, to have. And one of the brands I buy, I reach for it. And I see on the label some bullshit Wrexham, yes, and I'm like, I can't avoid this. And I immediately reached to the next brand over, and I'm like, I can't support that bullshit. I'm not supporting Wrexham. So what about this guy?
Well, he was just found guilty in a mascot sexual abuse trial. So I think
Was it the Fanatic?
I think one of the teams is like the Flamingos or something, and so it was a woman. So he went up and grabbed her breasts. A mascot. Think of how bad this guy needed it.
Yeah, he needed it. But again, see, it's Spain. I assume this is Spain or Italy.
No, it's Spain.
Yeah, Barcelona. Spain, Ed. They just haven't caught up yet. They're just not. They're still. It's still like 1971. Yes, yeah, yeah. The CEO of Spain soccer thought he could just grab a soccer player and just start making out with her. Yes, and it's just, and look. That dude Adrian Brody did that to Halle Berry on the Academy Awards 10 years ago, and you can't do that
wasn't
anymore.
Canceled.
Yes, he wasn't canceled. He's free to do his Marlon Brando impression on Peaky Blinders. Like, it's like, look, it's a different time, and it's a different time in Spain. In Spain, it's still 1971. He doesn't know you can't just start squeezing.
Right, when you land at the airport, everybody just starts smoking indoors, and you're like, "What? What's happening?"
Yes, you walk through the airport and dudes are backhanding their wives, and it's like, and you're like, what's going on here? And they're like, no, it's fine.
It's Spain.
Still 1971 here. Yeah. Everybody's got like big collars and cigarette packs in their shirt and bell bottoms. It's a different time. Like, he didn't know. Mallow, 33, has been ordered to pay $6,900 or $6,600 in compensation. $10 a day for the next 20 months. That's not enough.
$10 a day? What kind of weird fine is that?
That doesn't even get you a sandwich. That doesn't even get you tapas.
No.
Now, and he's been relegated. Now he plays for Greek side Aris Salonika. Well, but in Greece, like
$10 could pay for rent.
Yeah. And in Greece, if it's 1971 in España, in Greece,
it's 1871.
Yeah, they're fine, dude. Like, squeeze, grab, poke, prod, whatever. You're good over here, brother. Fuck, Ed. I'm reading the story and I'm scrolling down to see if there's anything else to know in the story.
Yeah.
And it immediately hits the next story. Birmingham get last laugh against Wrexham in Hollywood Derby. And the picture, you know what the picture is? It's Tom fucking Brady.
Oh.
I don't know what he's got to do with it.
Oh,
Birmingham's he's a minority owner.
His PR, or probably Fox's PR, because they dumped a lot of money into Tom Brady. I keep hearing, his second week was much better. He was so great. It's like,
it's bad.
No,
that's bad,
right? It's
if they have to tell you he's getting better, he ain't.
No,
I haven't heard. I'm gonna have to tune in to whatever game he's on this weekend because I need to hear this. I need to be able to talk shit properly because
it's kind of like Drew Brees. Like it's kind of like that. Like not good.
Well, Drew Brees would go like 18 minutes without saying a word. And the other guy in there was Mike Tirico.
Yeah. Witten was another guy, just thought he was there to watch the game.
And they both plugged up. Luckily, Brady's been plugging since his playing days. So he was pre-plugged. He was ready for TV. And he had all the fillers and all the stuff, Botox that he gets. Witten, he was just a regular. He was a football guy. Yeah. He wasn't planning to be a TV guy. So he had to get all new hair to go be on TV. And then he was so bad, he had to pretend like he still wanted to play football.
Yeah, he had the itch to go play again.
Yeah. Let me go get a lower paying job than this one.
where I get injured and might get concussed.
Yeah, where I could get CTE'd, where I'm going to be drooling on my grandkids if I make it that long. Get the fuck out of here.
I remember us doing a story about this dude 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson, when his 30th birthday and he rode in looking like Aladdin on a camel, and we're like, how much does that cost? Well, we'll update for Adrian Peterson. He was ordered to turn over his assets to pay $12 million in debt. The guy is broke.
He's very broke. And apparently he's like, he he got a hard money loan from whoever gives those kind of high interest rate loans. And he didn't know that when he signed the paper, if he didn't pay back the loan, that they could take his shit. he thought shit having Adrian Peterson was different than business LLC Adrian Peterson. And it's the same dude. They can come get your shit if you owe them some shit. Former NFL running back Adrian Peterson has been ordered by a Houston judge to turn over numerous assets as a means toward paying a debt that is estimated more than $12 million, Ed. The court-appointed receiver, Robert Burleth, requested this order in July and said Peterson is known to have numerous assets at his home in Missouri City, Texas. The Houston judge on Monday, he ain't got $12 million worth of shit.
No, he's got a lot of kids to pay for too.
Yeah.
And he's probably got that he destroyed with a switch.
That's right. Yeah. I wonder what because that was probably 10 years ago, right? Like so that kid's probably
in
like
the middle of his career, and he had to sit out for a year, right? Or 8 games or something.
Yeah. The sum. Okay. Peterson's debt issues. Oh, Ed.
Probably started with that birthday party.
Yeah, it did. Started with his debt issues began when he took out a $5.2 million loan from a Pennsylvania lending company in 2016.
Those payday loan guys.
Yes.
They will fuck you. Predatory lending.
Yes. The sum has grown because of interest and attorney's fees, leading to an $8.3 million judgment against him. No offset, as in many payments, no offsets have been made against this judgment to date. Entertainers and Athletes Group, the public relations firm representing Peterson, how does he afford that? Issued a statement to Field Level Media on Tuesday seeking to clarify his position in this matter. EAG said every effort to resolve this issue has been rejected and attempts at an amicable settlement have been rebuffed. Yeah, because they want to be paid.
And you know what? He's never going to be asked to be on the TV broadcast to make that.
No, he's not. Well, because
Adrian, get ready to do a tour of the state of Minnesota for every car dealership opening. Like he's got to go wherever they'll give him $1,500. Like he's not gonna get big money.
He's got to shake hands at casinos, casino greeter gigs. But
he's gonna be like late stage. What's the boxer? The Brown Bomber.
Sonny Liston. Joe Louis.
Joe Louis. That's what he had to do. He was like a greeter at casinos and stuff because that he doesn't serve a purpose otherwise. He's just a famous dude.
That's where it's like he went to Oklahoma, like Vince Young, and he fucked it up. But he went to Texas.
He had a barely show job at Texas, and they're like, you can't never show.
Yeah, and you're like, remember Major Applewhite?
Yep.
He never even played in the NFL, but he was a fucking celebrity at the University of Texas, and he was doing commercials, and he was a coach, and it was like
I think he fucked one of the students.
Hey, that happens, like look, maybe she wanted to have sex with. But it's like you can, if you go to the right place and you stay in good graces with your university, you can make a life for yourself around that level of celebrity.
I guess that's the thing. You would have to align yourself completely with the University of Oklahoma.
Yeah. Or be more strategic. Like if it's like, because I guess it doesn't really matter. Like, because if you could do that at Texas, you could do that at Oklahoma too. Because
Oklahoma's got real boosters. They're in the SEC now. And they were huge. They were a big get for the SEC. So I would think that's where the money's gonna have to come from. You got some oil dudes.
Yeah.
But it's not happening just hanging out at home. And you're not gonna get a broadcasting.
Yeah, no.
And he was fucking spectacular. He was such a good running back.
He was a beast. He's gonna have to get a job, which is probably a hard pill to swallow. Not quite as hard as having a giant adult man hit you with a stick until your balls bleed when you're 3 years old. Like that would be worse than whatever
that's probably
Adrian Peterson is dealing
worse
with right now.
Yeah,
I would agree with that. Yeah. Okay, Ed. Let's talk about. Let's do some voicemails.
He's so easy to hate. Your time he likes to waste. His calls are far from great. His calls are far from great. He's such a stupid fuck. He seems down on his luck. His voicemails really suck. His voicemails really suck. No one's enjoying him. He's so annoying. Plus so fucking boring and worthless, but he's got nothing else to do. And he's even worse than Ish. His thoughts are useless shit.
He's writing everything. He's been well. Okay, Ed. Couple of voicemails here.
Oh. Well, I guess.
Oh my God! Hold on, I had it turned down. Look, it's a lot of buttons to push over here. Here we go.
Wow. Well, it's well, I guess one at a time. B.
Is he wait? Hold on. Is he going to tell me how ugly I am, or he's really had it in for me ever since I said he used a lot of references that we didn't understand on the show? Look, it's a high level discussion here. Like I don't, we're old. Like we don't know all the people.
But it was the main reference thing that like we talked about. Yeah. It was something that was not like current pop stars. It was something that we should know. Like it was an older reference that we didn't get.
Yeah, it was a Louisiana drag queen, Ed. We're like you and I aren't up on the Louisiana drag queen scene, and that's okay.
Yeah. You seem to have a rap problem, and I think as a cat dad, you have a solution. You put Kevin to work and make him earn his keep. I don't know why this seems to be such an issue, but have Shay bring Kevin over. Have him do work, and problem solved.
Yeah.
Ed, looking at your background in the video, it makes me think of the journalist that had his kid bust into the room while he was doing the live spot.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping you can reenact that with your wife and because still a toddler or something somewhere. I think your kids are too old, but I'm sure you can find a kid running around loose somewhere in Hoboken. So anyway, really enjoying the YouTube aspect of the show. I don't typically watch pods either, but I do enjoy watching you two.
Thanks, buddy.
Brian's background and his lights are quite festive, and I'm enjoying that you two are getting into it. So keep going on and take care, guys.
You too, buddy. Thank you. I mean, breaking news. I was a cat dad. That's past tense, as Kevin, the family cat, has long passed. It's been nearly a year without Kevin. But our dear friend Kyle and Scotty, his wife Brittany, when she heard about our and look, much like Kyle, she is much tougher person than I am, and she was like, she's like, you those rats. She's like, just get a cat. And I'm like, well, then I have a cat, and I can't have it outside when the rats. And what's a cat gonna do? He's gonna kill the rats, and he's gonna bring them to me. And I don't want
you a bunch of dead rats.
Yeah, I don't want, I'm like that he's killing the rats, which is great, but I don't want them near me. I want them away from me. That's the whole problem. I don't want to bring them closer. They're dead bodies. I don't want their live bodies near me or their dead ones. So that didn't work for me either. But R.I.P. Kevin. Very sad.
R.I.P. Kevin.
Yeah, he's a good cat. Here we go. Another one.
Hey, fellas, what's up? David.
David.
Oh, we got Ed. People were loving the
feud.
The flight attendant versus gate agent feud that's happening right now it's exactly what we wanted. It's so good, and I feel like I'm happy to know that David's still alive, because after what Dawn did to him last week, I thought he might have been unalived at that point, but it seems like he's okay. Maybe he's checking in to let us know that he's survived Dawn's drive-by
shooting.
It was a lot.
I wanted to weigh in. I'm sure you'll mention it on the RIP segment.
That's right.
Fucking Chad McQueen.
Yep.
That was pretty awful. Very private dude. I mean, I guess that's why we never saw him on any of the I haven't seen the last season of Cobra Kai, but he was definitely the leader.
Of course.
He was the most badass.
He was a sadist.
As far as I was concerned.
Yep.
And it just sucks. I guess he's survived by his life partner and kids. He lived out in some ranch in California. I mean, the son of Steve McQueen, R.I.P.
It's nice of David Bray to read us the obituary from the newspaper on Chad McQueen. Very kind of you.
Also, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Dave Grohl. I don't know why Arnold cheated with Matilda.
Because he was horny.
Mildred.
Mildred. Yeah, say it right. Put some respect on it. Mildred Baena, David Bray. You don't know why Arnold cheated. His dick was hard, and she was there.
Yeah.
He wanted to come, and she was in the vicinity. That's would be my guess without interviewing the subjects. Yeah, he's testosterone's very high.
If you watch Pumping Iron, he talks about his love of coming.
Yes, he does. He really does.
And he says the pump feels like you're coming. So I'm pumping at home. I'm pumping in the gym. I'm coming all the time. He says.
Yes. And then he
fucks with Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, he tells Lou Ferrigno he's going to come over to his house and eat pasta and have sex with his sister.
What a legend!
He's the best.
The housemaid. I mean, I'm not trying to body shame her, but she was fucking ugly. Yeah. Let's be honest. I mean, the only pictures I've seen, like, dude, if you're gonna cheat on Maria Shriver, dude, go out and get something good.
Yep.
I mean, I guess he was needing it bad, and of course, what's right, who's closer to you than your mate?
That's right.
So, anyway, I couldn't get over that one. And Dave Grohl, like, good luck talking this one through your wife. I see a divorce coming.
Oh yeah.
But hey, never too late. Steven Tyler, he has kids. But I mean,
okay.
This I think is going to end in a divorce.
Good prediction.
Great job, also, Brian, on the final episode with Reality Steve and Stu of The Bachelorette, which I didn't watch.
Oh, you didn't?
But look forward to the get together.
Thanks.
Had one other thing to say, I forgot.
Let's hear what it is.
Guys, take care. I can't remember what it was. But
interesting. I feel like Bray maybe hadn't listened yet because I'm stunned that he didn't address Dawn.
Maybe he's just taking the high road.
Yeah. Might be time
it's great to hear from you.
To squash it. Did you fix the haircut? Looks or did it just grow out? Looks like the fade's kind of evened out.
I didn't fix anything. I just the difference between the good and a bad haircut, a week or two.
Yeah, you could really got the J. Jonah Jameson going there. It looks good, buddy. It looks my chick showed me a picture of me like 2 years ago, and I have hardly any gray hair, and now I like only have gray hair. Like it's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy how that happens.
It's been at least 5 years of very gray.
That looks fantastic. Okay, here's one more.
Right, Bex. Easy Edward.
Wow.
How the hell are you guys, man? Long time no talk.
Whoa.
You know who it is? It's your boy Manuel.
You know who it is?
Pause.
Whoa. Yeah.
Is there any chance he knows we're on YouTube?
Zero.
None.
No chance. I mean, he's not going to reference anything that's been discussed on this show at all, right?
No, of course.
There's no chance. He doesn't know we're on YouTube. He doesn't. I mean, he's going to do his thing. He's got a rant that he wants to express here. And this is his outlet for it. So, I mean, I do kind of like that he basically just likes to fucking flee. Like he just says it and then he never checks back in to see how it went. Like
the best is when he came up with an idea for like a good segment and then we answered the questions he had and that was it.
Yeah, it was like a would you rather, bacon or sausage, and it led to like a 10-minute discussion. We're like, that was pretty good, man. Well, call back with some more of those, and never did.
Never again.
Yeah.
That was like 5 years ago.
Mhm. Oh my god, my water. I took the rock. I was too excited about Manuel, and I've inhaled water into my lungs. Okay, let's let Manuel talk.
I was just wondering, man, since you guys are nationwide, this is kind of like a question for your
worldwide,
nationwide audience. I know in LA, Greater LA, OC, Ventura, what have you.
Fuck, I love that he's taken so long to get to it, Ed.
Pins and needles, and he goes, he's like, you're nationwide, so this is a nationwide question, and within 4 seconds, he's talking about Ventura.
Yeah, when he's listing, he goes, I know you're LA, OC, South OC, Ventura, Riverside, Ojai.
Nationwide question, he said.
Yeah. And he just starts naming. He's just going further up.
Shrinks the nation down. Now we're within a few blocks.
Well, no, he's going to hit it all. Eventually, he's going to be like Salt Lake City, Honolulu, Topeka, Omaha, and eventually he'll get to Hoboken. He's just going. Yeah.
And my daughter lives in Phoenix, so I get out there pretty much.
Oh yeah, my dad lives in Phoenix.
I noticed that there is a slew, an array, a cornucopia,
look at this thesaurus,
of lawyers that advertise. Ambulance chasers galore. So my question to the audience is it like that in every big city now, man?
Yes.
I mean, I remember 20 years ago it wasn't like this.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
I've never I'm 48, and I've never known a world where there weren't ambulance chasing lawyers with the billboards. They're everywhere.
Yes. I'll take it a step. You come from the land of Celino and Barnes, the great Celino and Barnes.
Yeah. R.I.P. Barnes.
Now called the Barnes firm because they split.
Celino.
So I don't know. Yeah, one of them died in a plane crash.
Celino
they
died.
Split before he died.
But now there's a whole I see ads for Celino. Yeah, Celino and Barnes were the OGs of the New York area.
I am, and this has never happened to me before, but Manuel has me recalling what I believe the last time was that Manuel called in, and it was to memorialize a man by the name of Larry H. Parker, who was a TV and billboard accident attorney in the Southern California, Los Angeles area for the last 40 plus years. And to the point where everyone knows his commercial, his catchphrase, Larry H. Parker got me 2.1 million. Everyone knows, and Manuel knows that. He's the one that brought it up, and he's like, where's these accident lawyers coming from? You called this show about one that was famous from here.
1 or 2 commercials. Now it seems like every freaking commercial on the radio, on the TV, on billboards is some smug
skywriting. Those things that they tow behind the airplane.
Airplane banners.
The in-seat advertising.
Smoke signals.
Bus benches.
Well-dressed, ambulance chasing a-hole of a lawyer.
Yeah. So you need one.
I think it's taking this country to hell in a handbasket on a one-way ticket.
No.
So I was just wondering, man, what say you guys, huh? Let me know.
Yeah, I say.
All right, fellas. Outro.
I say fuck insurance companies and take them for all they got. You fucking slip and fall and break your kneecap in Home Depot. You know what happens a lot? People get murked by the palleted items that aren't properly secured. Like that is a actually very common way to be maimed. is
I could
shit.
see it.
Yeah, shit
There are
falls
a
down.
couple aisles. There are a couple aisles in Home Depot where I do not feel. I'm head on a swivel. I am not feeling good.
Yeah.
Like you go to like, the aisle with like batteries and paint and stuff. I'm okay with that. But you go to that lumber aisle, and you're like,
fuck that.
okay,
Fuck that.
what's
No.
next?
Head on a swivel. Yeah, head on one of these. Yeah. So I mean, this is the system we have. Like sometimes you get fucking hurt. Sometimes you get fucking murked by a UPS vehicle or an Uber. And guess what? They got lawyers. You're gonna need one for yourself to get yours.
And also,
tell me
the famous case that people loved, not so much anymore.
McDonald's.
McDonald's. McDonald's was irresponsible in how hot their coffee was. And unless a lawyer destroyed them where it hurts, money-wise, they wouldn't have fixed shit and say, okay, all right, so we'll pay this woman $5,000 and make it go away. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
McDonald's needs to feel something, otherwise they'll fix nothing.
Yes.
So lawyers need to fuck up corporations. They have to. That's the only way corporations change anything.
Yeah, they torched that poor woman's vulva. Like she was never the same. She might have lost clitoral sensitivity, which is a reason to kill yourself, because if you can't orgasm, why are you alive? Yes, Manuel, they're everywhere. They always have it. There's one. So when you drive through Las Vegas, that's where there's the most of them, obviously, because there's a lot of people slipping and falling in casinos. But also, there's a lot of Las Vegas is a blue collar town, so there's a lot of workplace injuries that happen, and you need a guy. But there's one. I think it's like Call Paul or something. There's a fucking million when you drive through Vegas, but there's one guy. And he's a lawyer, and he looks like he's about 19 years old. And his slogan is like, "I'm a little bit cheaper." He's like, and it's like a good. He's like, "Hey, I'll get you the same result, but I don't take as big of a fee as everybody else." And I'm like, I might call that guy. I mean, if the fact is he's 19 years old, there might be some concerns about his law license.
The lawyer,
yes. But I mean, it's a pretty good pitch.
He passed the bar.
I'm sure
he passed the bar.
Yes, I'm sure he's doing fine.
Might be a low bar, but he passed
one. Okay, this concludes. Hold on, I'm gonna start playing the watch. We're gonna figure this out someday. Yeah. No, this doesn't. Right, Ed. Thank you. There's some emails. Hold on. It's not over yet. Email. This is also from LSU Lala. Which 30 to 50-year-old public figure would you be most surprised to find out that they have a love child? Philip Rivers? That's a good guess. I mean, he's got plenty of love children, but it's just with his wife.
So like he's saying, who would you be surprised who steps out and has? Yeah. Like, who's like the goody two-shoes? Or I don't know this guy's marital status, but the first person that popped into my head of a known public figure that I'd be shocked that they impregnated someone remember that guy Ken Bone?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
like
the
do
red
you think
sweater.
He's ever had sex?
Yeah, no.
But
no,
what is it? He said, what was the age group?
30 to 50. Ken Bone might just be just outside the 50.
He's got to be like 60, right?
Yeah.
Let me look.
Yeah. So my first inclination was Sean Bradley, but but I believe he's probably more than 50 years old because he's a little bit older than me. So I would say
I thought he died.
No, he's paralyzed.
Oh, paralyzed.
Which
well,
is
that
worse.
would be tough to step out. Oh,
yeah,
Brian.
Yeah.
How fucking old is this guy, Ken
Bone? He's got
So that was the 2016. That was Oh no, I think it was Trump Hillary. I think it was 2016. So that was 8
years ago.
8 years ago. And so you can picture. I just looked him up.
Yeah, Ken Bone. Okay, 8 years ago. Well, he was like 54 8 years ago, so that makes him 62 right now. 62 years old. Ken Bone from somewhere in Ohio.
You'd be close.
Yeah.
If you subtract 20 years from that.
What?
He was born in 82. He's 42.
No. No. Ken Bone?
Ken Bone is an American citizen who became a viral phenomenon after asking a question on the blah blah blah. 42.
Wow.
No
Ken
known
Bone.
spouses here. That's known for 2016 presidential debate appearance. Oh, he does have a spouse, and he has a child.
Mrs. Bone.
He's married to Heather, who got the Ken Bone once, and he has one child.
Yes. So what? Now I said Ohio, but it could also be Pennsylvania or Utah. Where does Ken Bone reside? Those are my three guesses. Ohio.
He's a coal power plant operator from Belleville, Illinois.
Illinois.
He was famous for being undecided.
Oh yeah. That's.
But
yes.
I think there was some. Oh, he's married to Heather Bone, who he married in high school. They have a son named Logan.
Heathers are usually pretty hot and filthy. So if he's
Bone,
if he's scooped up a Heather Bone, like I'm gonna say right now, Ken Bone might be doing some work, because if Ken Bone's hitting Heather Bone will do some stuff. Look her up. Tell me how.
Heather
now
Bone.
Also,
okay.
I could
look. Like, any woman is out of his league.
Yeah. He's Ken Bone.
I mean,
yeah. Yes. Man. Yeah. No. So no.
Well, I mean, for Ken Bone.
Yeah.
No, she's great.
Yeah.
She's great. Ken Bone. I'm looking at this.
That is the worst endorsement you could give a chick. Oh no, she's fine. She's so smart.
She's great. She's great.
But
I'm
so
looking
at
this picture of Ken Bone from 2016. Yeah. So you mean to tell me
he's got a mustache?
34. He's 34 in this debate.
No.
He's it's the most terrifying 34-year-old I've ever seen.
Now I gotta look him up. Back to Ken Bone has an Instagram.
What do you think do you think he just wears that red every day?
It's all it's like a photography Instagram. This can't be the actual Ken Bone photo. There's two there's a different Ken Bone. There's multiple Ken Bones. What about that dude? Is his name Boban? The dude with acromegalia in the NBA.
He's awesome. He was in like a John Wick movie.
He was great. He fought John Wick. But I'm just saying, I would be surprised if he had a love child. That's all I'm saying. Like it's like if he stepped out on Mrs. Milosevic and had a love child, I would be surprised by that. That's one that would surprise me. Okay. Thank you, LSU. Here's another one. Ballers, apologies for my 3 martini email rantings of a drunk about NFL, Tom Brady, and some golf. It was regrettable. Shouldn't happen again until at least November 27th. This is a call out to a fellow listener. I'll call him Ski-Yuma. Is that how you would pronounce that?
Ski-Yuma, I thought it was.
Ski-Yuma.
And I'm pretty sure our friend Lee has pointed out, I was like, I don't know what is going on, and there's a whole explanation. I keep forgetting it. So
the thing that
it's that phrase has something Ski-Yuma? To do with it's something to do with University of Minnesota.
Oh, too inside. This is like Big Frida. Like, how are we supposed to know this?
Yeah.
This is a call out to a fellow listener. I'll call him Ski-Yuma, Chris, who has pledged to provide the TBLS tribe a pretty insightful approach to the TV show Good Times. Oh, I'm into that. He is afraid to pull the trigger. Ski-Yuma.
We talked
Chris,
about
get
Penny
your shine
earlier
box
in the
ready.
show.
Yeah. Luke in soda. Yeah, I'm all in. I'm all in for Good Times. One.
Sure.
The dad,
Cleo McDowell.
Yeah, John Amos. Cleo McDowell. He's still alive right now, and I thought he was 71 years old when on Good Times. That. I was surprised by that. And then he went up to the Alaska Pipeline, never came back.
Right.
Florida Evans, JJ.
Florida Evans can't be with us anymore.
No, there's no way. The sister, I think, could kind of get it, and so could the neighbor lady. And what was up with the thing in the 70s of everybody broing down with the handyman? Bookman.
Bookman,
be
you
like,
got Schneider on One Day at a Time.
Yeah, Schneider, and you'd be like, "Hey, Bookman, come plunge the toilet," and he'd come in and he'd just start making himself a sandwich in the kitchen, like he fucking lived there.
Yeah, they shit on him pretty good though.
They did,
It was
sure.
just it was an excuse for Jimmy Walker to just tee off on him.
Yeah, he would go off on him. Okay, we're open to that. We're open to that, Ski-Uma.
I'd love to hear that,
Chris. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Good Times.
And
I was
also
I was an enjoyer.
You don't need to point out. I could Google it. We don't need the explanation for Ski-Uma.
Well, I don't. It's gonna bore me
It's
to
just
a level of
inside
rage.
baseball.
Who cares? Yes,
It's
no.
probably like a chant from 1924.
God! Nobody needs that.
I'm fine for you to have your thing with your fellow alumni, but
Sure. Yeah, it just doesn't hit us, because at best we're gonna go, okay, yeah, whatever. Anyway, Ed and I are wrapping up here. We're gonna reconvene for the audio only version of the show, which is only available to supporters via the link in the show notes. So click the link in the show notes, sign up. It's $5 a month, and you get the bonus show where we're about to talk about the very public demise of Jane's addiction. Also, Guy Fieri being mistaken for a bartender at Sylvester Stallone's house. The shame on that person. A pox on that house. Shakira getting upskirted on stage. God damn it, Ed. I love anytime we talk about Shakira. It's like the best day of the week. Like, it's just, God damn. And of course, our dear friends Suni and Butch are still up in space. We're going to discuss them. Check us out there. Red Circle. Click the link in the show notes. We'll see you over there, Ed.
Adios. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.